Create more than you consume. Create more than you consume. And when I speak of creating more than you consume, perhaps your first inkling of what this is to create on social media. And I am here to tell you that you are wrong, my friend. When I speak of creating more than you consume, I speak of creating community, creating meals, creating art, creating the space and the time to heal, to do the shadow work, creating the time to go to the library, to create time to go to nature, to create time to, I don't know, becoming the best version of yourself and truly weaving this wisdom and this knowledge that the universe, that this earth beholds for us, and not replacing it with the crutch of social media, because social media does give us dopamine rushes, but at what cost? Social media is a conscious tool, but it's also a trap. It is deeply embedded with illusions and disconnecting the individual from the self, and I see individuals that are creating their lives into a brand. It's sad, and honestly it's deeply concerning, especially as a parent, seeing how many individuals create their children to become content and to become a brand, and a lot of these relationships online are so fake and curated, and sometimes they are authentic and genuine, but it is a performance, and when we become so entrapped in social media, these performances, there is so much dust. I am sorry, my son is like moving things around and dust is just going everywhere, but it is what it is, okay? But people have gotten so, I don't know, trapped in feeling connected and feeling like they're a part of these brands and these communities. Okay, hold on, Cairo. Let's be a little more gentle. Okay, yeah, okay. And I don't know, it's deeply concerning. Like people, what is it, like a parasocial relationship with somebody? Is that the term? Correct me if I am wrong. Just speaking, just flowing. You get it wrong, but it's basically where somebody has this one-sided relationship with somebody, especially on social media, where they believe that they're like friends or connected, or they feel like the social media is directly and only for them. The noise was the wind chime. It's okay. The wind chime just like bashed against the window, and my son's like, it's okay. It's windy out, it's snowing. It's winter wonderland magic out there, but honestly, it's really concerning, and people are just copying and pasting content. I see it so much on Threads, especially, and on TikTok, but it's on every platform, truly, where people will be like, oh, that got a lot of views. I'm literally going to copy and paste it or recreate it in order to have likes and views or monetize from it. And it is NPC energy, truly. It's for Auntie. That's Auntie's present. There's a lot of presents in here. We had RSV on Christmas. Literally, we were in the ER Christmas morning at 1 a.m. And so we have not yet celebrated Christmas with my sister and her family because we were sick, and then she just had a retreat. So my son is like, this looks like my present. I'm like, it's not your present. I know. He's just organizing them, stacking them. Thank you. He's such a good helper. But anyway, what was I saying? Parasocial relations, and this, copying and pasting content. It is so concerning, and yeah, it's NPC energy, and it's honestly, it's really concerning because people are losing authenticity, people are losing individuality, even the trends of clothing, which something I've been reflecting upon is when we look back at the decades, people have always kind of followed trends in a sense of fashion and style, but we live within a realm where we do have social media and we do have so many thrift stores and so much access to other cultures and clothing where it is more able to be yourself aesthetically than ever. And yet people are chasing these trends, and this is what's in fashion, this is what isn't, instead of having their own individualized style, and then at the same time needing a term for their style, which can be fun. I've definitely made a TikTok video where I'm like, what would you name my style? And people get creative and it's cute. But when it becomes beyond just finding it cute and it becomes like, I have to be siren core this summer, I have to be, I don't know, whatever, I have to wear this in winter because this influencer is wearing it, or all the chic cool girls are wearing this, instead of just being yourself. And it's really concerning because when we lose individuality, and you might think it's shallow just to think, oh, it's just clothing. No, it is an expression of the internal self expressed externally. And when we lose ourselves in fashion, which is such a key component of who we are, I truly believe this. I'm very Venusian Taurus, but I truly believe that. And so when we follow these trends and we dress a certain way that doesn't match our authenticity, we lose ourselves, and then we disconnect ourselves from intuition. Excuse me. And so we lose ourselves in this way because when we lose our freedom to be able to speak for ourselves, to be able to read and write, like, goodness gracious, I grew on social media because of my writing, because of my wisdom and my knowledge. And I remember on Instagram, I would write really long captions, and sometimes I'd have to bring it into the comments. But now people are not reading as much, or there's so much like influence of putting the words that I'm going to put in the caption on top of images so they can just swipe, because people are just so used to swiping content and not engaging and just becoming like these zombies. Salut. And it's concerning. And so I've been going back to my OG way of creating content of one picture or maybe a few pictures, lighting, and then creating long captions. And I'm like, those who are meant to see it will see it. Those will be reminded, like, oh, we can read. Like, it's like reading a book, and that's what I love about social media. When I see somebody else with a long caption who I follow, I'm like, yes, I get to read this, instead of just like 3 words on a video that just captures and then scrolling away. Like, I don't know, it's just so concerning. And right now it's a new moon. Who dis? Oh, it's me. It's myself. Me, myself, and I. I am going to embrace authenticity. I am going to embrace individuality. I am not going to succumb to the illusions of social media, and I'm going to carve the way of utilizing it as a conscious tool, but also utilizing real life as an even better conscious tool, because we are here to be ourselves. We're here to grow. We are here to expand. And social media was never supposed, well, maybe it was. Maybe it was. But I'm just going to say, it was never meant to replace dopamine rushes, replace community and connection, okay? Truly, 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 no, I don't believe it. I don't subscribe to it, okay? Since I was a little girl, one of the compliments I would always receive, and it was always from older people, maybe it's my Capricorn rising, but they always complimented me on just being true to myself and my authenticity. And so that was nurtured and ingrained into me, and that was something that I protect, like sometimes I remember when like the certain stuff of my own style was like a trend, and I'm like, oh no, are people going to think I'm following this trend? And I'm like, whatever, who cares? Because those who can read energy and can see. And if I can inspire one individual, 100 individuals, 30 million, thousand, quadruple individuals, that it's safe to be themselves, beautiful. And some tools that I like to utilize to remind myself it is safe to be myself is self-love. Because how can you feel safe to be yourself if you don't love yourself? If you aren't your own best friend, if you are lonely in aloneness, and it's so natural to become disconnected from self-love and to become lonely when you're alone. You're not doing anything wrong if you feel that way, if you're disconnected from self-love. I really want to acknowledge that. So I love baths. And when I was living in Miami for the last year, I did not have a bathtub. So now that I have access to a bathtub again, I love creating self-love, sensual, romantic baths. I light a candle, I light incense, I put Epsom salt in there, and I put crystals, not in the bath unless they are able to go in the water, but around the bathtub. And I put on some like Hertz frequency music. I usually shuffle it because I'm like, okay, soul, spirit, universe, what do I need? Can we keep that light on? And it's always aligned. And I just thank the water, and I just call all of my energy back into myself. And I just remind myself I am worthy of self-love. I am worthy of being safe and secure within my own skin, within my own energy. And I love myself. I love myself. Even if it feels forced, sometimes just do it, because like something I learned in massage school is forcing a smile will eventually trick the self into believing that you're happy, and it will release these happy hormones. So fake it till you make it, so just keep repeating it, and then one day, or maybe 10 minutes into the bath, you'll feel it. You can also write yourself a love letter. Inner child healing work is profound. I think I'm going to make a whole video separately upon how to heal your inner child, how to heal your inner teenager, but truly using tools of healing your inner child, allowing yourself to play, because a lot of the wounds, especially within those who are upon this spiritual journey, stems from childhood, because we had traumatic childhoods for a reason, because that is the Chiron energy, that is the wounded healer. So when we nurture our inner child, we feel safe to love ourselves, and also just becoming your own best friend. Something that I do when I'm starting to feel like lonely is I will go into nature, because nature she's my greatest companion besides my son and myself, like truly when I feel lost, I go into nature, and that is when I am found. But also allowing myself to feel everything, allowing myself to feel my sadness, and what is this teaching me? Not scrolling on social media, but if I feel like the urge, watching a documentary on YouTube, or listening to an audiobook, or listening to a podcast, or watching YouTubers that I like, and truly just replacing media that is mindless and numb with media that, you want my bracelet? Okay. And replacing it with media that nourishes me, and going to my library and checking out books, and also utilizing, like, I have Hoopla through my library, which means I have access to so many ebooks and audiobooks for free. And truly, I don't want them to see your face. And truly utilizing that is just, it is so wonderful and so nourishing. And you're being silly. Yeah. And just taking the action. Taking the action, because that is something that I feel like with social media and manifestation and being your best self and living your dreams and doing all of this stuff, sometimes people forget to take action. You have to, if you want to have a successful book, you have to write that book. If you want to be healed, you have to take the action to take the steps to heal. You got to do the shadow work. You got to acknowledge yourself. You have to take these steps and truly honor the pathways and understand that sometimes the pathway is not clear. Sometimes there's an obstacle. Sometimes you have to take a step back in order to go forward. And that's just life. Honestly, this is a realm of duality. We don't live within the 5D consciousness of a utopia of paradise, because this realm that we coexist upon is a realm of duality. It is what it is. And we came here for a reason. That is a woo-woo thing that I believe in. I believe we came here for a reason. And I believe it is to remember who we are, remember our connection with spirit, because when we're born, we forget, but we are here to remember. And we are here to learn the lessons, to heal these wounds, to take the action. Like, true karma means taking action. Hold on one moment. I'm going to pause this. And something I have noticed, okay, so something, whenever I'm craving, I need to give that to myself. I need to find that for myself. If I'm craving romance, even though I'm a happily married woman, if I'm craving romance, I have to understand my husband is his own individual. So I give myself that romance, or I give it to him. Or perhaps I am craving community. I join a Facebook group and I reach out, and I found this Reiki exchange group for individuals every Monday, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to that when the time aligns. I'm taking that action to find community in the external and the physical. And going to a local metaphysical shop and being like, hey, do you guys have any like activities like sound healing or anything, or even any little workshop? That's where you're gonna find your people, because if you're watching this video, that's the type of people for you. Truly is. It's nice having like-minded individuals. I don't think we should have every single friend have the same like-mindedness as us, because I believe in we need different viewpoints, we need different cultures, we need different individuals, truly. But it is so nice and lovely to have community that gets it, that are upon their spiritual journey. Because sometimes, like, I went to this graduation party for my sister, and a lot of her friends are not necessarily upon their own spiritual journey. And so, just move my son out of here. Snuggle, snuggle time. Snuggle, snuggle. And I felt like I was being quizzed, and my spirituality and my gifts. And no, Cairo, please don't do that. That does not feel good. And I'm like, it would have been nice to like connect with a group that gets it. They don't have to question you or ask you about your spirituality or what you do. It's kind of nice being around individuals that get it. that understand it. And so finding those like-minded communities is hard. It's difficult unless you live in a place where, like when I lived in Sedona, it was so easy to find community. But here where I currently live, it's very difficult. Very difficult, and it's very testing. And it's a continuous test. So now I am taking the action to find community and like-minded individuals and putting myself in those situations. Maybe I'll make a friend, maybe I won't, but at least I did it. So hold on. And also something I am doing is I noticed step aside. I noticed that I was relying on like filters because it gives better lighting, but it was distorting my own self-image. So I am recording this just on a camera, like no filters. And really taking the time to really utilize that. And if I want pictures, take it on my digital camera. And it's been really healing, but also incredibly revealing. So, and also only posting when it aligns with my energy. Like I usually only make content when I am ovulating. Right now I am synced with the moon. And I am upon my moon time, and I am creating these videos because it feels aligned and it feels right. And I'm not gonna wait until 1:11 on Wednesday to post this. I'm just gonna post it when it feels aligned and right, because I trust that the right individuals will see it. I trust that those who will be guided to me, to my voice, to my wisdom, to my teachings will find me, because I made a very, very, very powerful spell, wish, manifestation 7 or 8 years ago, in my room that I did psychic readings at this shop in Sedona. I don't know what I was saying, I got interrupted, but posting when it feels aligned. And I was doing this really powerful spell, manifestation, just calling out to the universe that please bring me healers, whether unawakened or awakened, priestesses, mystics, guides, the heart-centered individuals, sisters, and just truly bring those individuals for me to be a messenger and a guide, a healer, a revealer, a reflection, a mirror, because that is my pathway in life, and it perhaps mirrors yours, or perhaps it's totally different. And I think that's beautiful, whichever way it is, because we are not here to mimic each other. And I can't stand all the mimicry on social media, all the NPC energy. Like I can't stop talking about that right now because it's so concerning. But anyways, thank you. This is Into the Esoteric. Let me know if you have any questions. Blessed be. Like, subscribe, connect. Keeping you. I honor you. I see you. This is, sometimes my podcast is like esoteric knowledge, occult studies, ancient wisdom, ancient stuff, but also it's conscious conversations with others, or just myself, my soul, because that's who I am. I feel trapped when I have to put myself into a box. I'd rather have my titles liberate me than make me feel squished and weird. And that's something that I've noticed a lot, is like I never meant to be an astrologer. Truly. I don't know if I've said that on here. I never meant to. I just loved studying it because I love studying myself, and I love studying ancient esoteric knowledge and wisdom, and I hate how distorted, pop astrology is. And so I've noticed that it's a gift of mine to guide others into themselves through astrology. And I remember my first reading, it was in Sedona, my first professional reading, it was in Sedona, and I don't know, 10, 11 years ago. And it changed her life. It was beautiful, it was profound, and I've been a professional astrologer, for 13 years, but doing individualized natal charts, that started 9 years ago. 7, 8, no. Oh my God, what is time? 9 years ago. Wow. Yeah. Okay, 9 years ago. And I remember her. And she was like, wow, she was a Libra. And she had never understood the codes in the way that I revealed to her. And so it just took off. And then all of a sudden, my content on social media was just astrology, and it started to freak me out, because I'm like, I don't just want my expressions to be about astrology. So I made sure to not do that with this podcast. It has to be multidimensional. And I brought my Instagram back to being multidimensional. Sometimes it's astrology, sometimes it's wisdom, sometimes it's whatever I want it to be, So, yeah, it would mean a lot if you could rate this podcast, because for now, the receiving and the giving is just me giving. So if you receive anything from this, giving back a review, all you have to do is go on Spotify, 5-star, Apple Podcasts, 5-star, or whatever star, if you're a wuss who hates spirituality. But yeah, it would mean a lot. Thank you. Blessed be. And if if you listen to this far, this message is for you. If you want to be a guest on my podcast, DM me, email me, link your socials, tell me what you're about, what your heart and soul are connected with, what conversation you want to have. Because I am seeking aligned, conscious guests. Okay, ciao. Stop recording.